Are you ready to take on a next huge career step? I'm asking this question because most women I know and most of my clients are not feeling ready for the next big career step. They feel ready for a next step, but they don't believe that they're good enough for a bold, a big step forward. This is something which I observe typically with women leaders, and I observe this very typically with myself. I climbed up the whole career ladder. I started as a secretary, and then nearly 20 years later, someone offered me, a headhunter proposed me, the position of becoming the member of an executive committee of an international corporation. And when I got this phone call, and he said to me which position it is, I thought, he's crazy. Why does he ask me? I don't have the competencies for that. Obviously, I said nothing like this on the phone. On the phone I said, okay, thank you very much. Can you please send me the job description? And I got this job description, and I'm a quite coordinated person, so I started to write down point by point each one of the requirements in the job description. And then I noted on the other side what my competencies are, proof points, track record that I already did this with success. And when I finished this list, when I was down the list of all the job requirements, I realized, oh, I have it all. Interesting. Wow, visibly I have the competencies for this role. So why do I tell you that? Why should you be interested in this? Because it shows that I had a totally twisted image of myself. Because my first reaction was, I'm not up to it, I don't have the competencies, this is too big for me. And I needed to check it point by point to make it clear to myself that actually, wow, I have the competencies. Now I ask you, if you look at your current profile, are you under or overestimating yourself? I have very rarely seen a woman overestimating herself. Most women underestimate themselves. And we have the tendency that when we see a new role, a great career aspiration, something where we feel, wow, this is maybe 2 steps away, then we don't apply because we believe we're not good enough. But maybe we should check this in a different way. When you have a job in mind which you would like to take on later, you know, when you have maybe made 1 or 2 more experiences in a certain area of your job, maybe you shouldn't wait. Maybe it's time to go for it right now. And maybe you just underestimate what you already know. It still is like this, that most men apply for roles where they don't have all the capacities, and they don't care, they just apply. And that still a majority of women hesitates to apply to a job as long as they don't fulfill at least 80% of the job description. Now, coming back to my own story, I took on this role. I got it finally. I was accepted after a lot of interviews. And during these interviews, I really had to force myself to convey this image of a businesswoman who is sure about her achievements. And even though I wrote them down on paper, and even though mathematically there was a perfect match between all the different points of the job description, I still was not able to believe it myself. But I was a good actress, and I just showed that I'm capable of doing it. And so I got the role. And I was really nervous before starting this role, really nervous. I read also a lot of books to prepare myself, you know, for the first days in the role. And I started also to prepare the role itself, because before I started, within the 2 or 3 months that I had in between. And then I started this role. And I realized that it's not that difficult, that it was far less complicated than I thought it would be. And the only thing I continued permanently to struggle with was the role itself. And I can tell you it took me a while, quite a while, several years until I was able to say, yes, I am the member of an executive committee without sounding awkward in my own ears. A lot of what is happening to us is happening to us in a specific way because of our perception of ourselves, because of our self-esteem, and because of the fact that we are extremely self-critical most of the times with ourselves. And I tell you this little story in this video to inspire you to think about the way how you evaluate your own competencies today in your current role. And I bet that you're self-critical, and I bet that you're looking for the little imperfections everywhere. And the only thing that I can put now really close to your heart, start believing in what you already achieved, because I'm sure you achieved quite a lot. And whatever it is, write it down, make it clear to you, and celebrate every single success all day long. And when you start doing this, maybe then something inside of yourself makes a switch towards believing that you're really good in this. Self-confidence is key if you want to have a nice career, and it is key if you want to enjoy this career. I had a very low self-confidence. I had a career, but I didn't enjoy it. I never felt great about myself. I never felt really happy with what I was doing. Not because of the job itself, I liked what I was doing, but I wasn't happy with myself because of this low self-confidence. And I see this everywhere because there's literally no one who feels self-confident all the time. Everybody has from time to time a lack of self-confidence, and for some people this is like a huge roadblock standing in between them and their dreams. And this is why I put quite a lot of time in developing a very compelling program where I help women to step out of this cage of self-doubts and to step into their true light. And there are a few processes where you can find a true inner driver, the one driver, with its positive and negative beliefs together. And if you leverage this triangle between your beliefs and your true value, then you are able to move on and to take a step forward. And this is not done in a minute. It's not done by watching a 5-minute video, and it's not done just because you want it. You need to work on it. If you want to have a true change, a game change inside of yourself, you have to want it and to work for it. So if you want to learn more about this, I have a website where you can have a look. There is a program that is just building your self-confidence, making you unshakable, and switching these inner levers once and for all, so that you are able to feel confident in what you're doing now and to feel comfortable and relaxed in what you're doing now, and to empower you as well to make a bold step forward if you want to. A step that is much bolder than what you believe right now, what you are capable to do. I would love to hear what you think about my thoughts and your own experiences as well. So please leave a comment if you'd like to. I would be very glad. And I hope to see you soon, maybe in one of my other videos. Thank you very much.